A few days ago, a rumor started circulating that attracted a lot of attention on social media, but there was actually no truth to it. It all started because several people claimed that in a video, the favorite said he knew about Jungkook's secret tattoo. According to them, it was something no one else knew. Obviously, that blew up, because in the fandom, anything new or mysterious is shared immediately. The problem is that comment never happened. What really happened is that some people took the original video, edited it, and added fake subtitles. This way, they made it seem like the favorite was talking about a hidden tattoo on Jungkook's leg. But if you watch the full video, without cuts or fabrications, you realize that at no point was tattoos mentioned. Many fans, especially fans of the same name, tend to create stories that don't exist. They do this by cutting videos, deliberately mistranslating, or adding phrases that were never said. And of course, when someone sees only the edited version, they may come to believe it's real. That's why it's always important to review the full videos before jumping to conclusions. In this case, there were two videos circulating. In the first, the Jikooks put red letters saying that the favorite was revealing that Jungkook had a secret tattoo on his leg, and that Taehyung didn't even know about it. Jungkook doesn't have any tattoos on that part of his body, let alone the favorite talking about it. The real video was a simple interview where they asked Jungkook what his favorite song was and what food he liked. That was it. No secrets, no tattoos, nothing to do with what the Jikooks made up. And here's the strangest thing, many people prefer to stick with the fabricated versions. It's as if they'd rather believe in something that doesn't exist than accept what really happened. The bad thing is that it ends up generating rumors that later seem impossible to erase. Furthermore, these kinds of fabrications always try to insert the favorite into scenes with Jungkook, as if there were something between them. But the truth is that this relationship is pure fantasy. What truly exists, what has been seen in thousands of moments, is the closeness between Jungkook and Taehyung. Taekook is something real, because the two have shown a genuine connection for years, trips together, private conversations, glances of trust, gestures that speak for themselves. No one invented that, it's there for anyone who wants to see it. The Jikooks, on the other hand, spend their time cutting scenes to give them a meaning they never had. And in the end, all they achieve is confuse and divide the fandom. Instead of focusing on the boys' talent or their achievements, they end up creating arguments that lead nowhere. The sad thing is that this doesn't happen just once, it's constant. Every so often, a new revealing video appears where, according to them, the favorite and Jungkook say or do something hidden. And it always turns out to be the same, an edited video, a fabricated translation, and a story that only exists in their heads. There's been a lot of talk about the colors green and purple lately, especially because they're closely associated with Taehyung. If you look closely, you've often seen Jungkook and Taehyung wearing those colors, whether in clothing, accessories, or even small details. It's not just because they look good, but because they hold a special meaning for them. Let's start with green. That color has always been closely linked to Taehyung because it's his favorite. Green isn't just any color, it represents calm, freshness, something natural and authentic. It fits perfectly with Taehyung, because it conveys exactly that, a creative and calm air that characterizes him. Purple has an even stronger influence. Everyone knows the famous I purple you. Purple is the last color of the rainbow, signifying trust and being together for a long time. Since then, purple has ceased to be just an ordinary color and has become a symbol of love and unity between BTS and ARMY. This is where Jungkook comes in. He's been seen wearing purple many times, not only to address armies, but also as a gesture toward Taehyung. Because if that color represents love and trust, it's no surprise that Jungkook chooses it again and again.
It's like his way of saying I'm here to both his fans and Taehyung. He's also been seen wearing green, Taehyung's favorite color.
And here's the interesting thing, when someone so frequently wears the colors that identify another person, it's no mere coincidence. Furthermore, Jungkook has a bracelet with green and purple beads, a simple but very symbolic detail. This bracelet can be interpreted in two ways, as a gesture of affection toward armies and also as a clear sign of how he feels about Taehyung. On several occasions, Taehyung and Jungkook have worn red and blue. At first glance, it seems like a simple wardrobe detail, but for many, it isn't. During a visit to a fortune teller, they were told that one was fire and the other water. This relates to the colors red and blue, because they represent opposing elements that simultaneously complement each other. It's like saying that even though they're different, together they create a balance.
All of this demonstrates something important. With Taekook, nothing feels improvised.
The colors they wear, the accessories they carry, the gestures they share, everything adds to the connection they have. They don't need to invent stories or stage fake scenes like Jikook do when editing videos. Taehyung and Jungkook's connection is evident in everyday life, in those small details that, when put together, reveal something much bigger.
The key is that there's no need to force anything. Taekook's moments are there, unedited or manipulated.
When Jungkook wears green or purple, when he appears with that bracelet, when he and Taehyung combine red and blue, there's no need to dwell on it, they're clear signs of the connection between them. Over the years, that relationship has continued to be consistently evident. It doesn't rely on rumors or fabricated translations, but on facts anyone can see. And that's what keeps so many people supporting Taekook, because his work has always seemed real, without unnecessary embellishments. The relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook has been a topic of conversation for years, not only among those who closely follow their steps, but also among those who closely observe the way they behave together. They don't need to put a name to what unites them, that connection is perceived without words. There's something in the way they look at each other, protect each other, and look out for each other that conveys more than any declaration. It's as if their bond speaks for itself, making it clear that they share something real, regardless of the doubts others may want to sow. Often, people who see them try to explain what happens between them by saying it's just friendship or that it's all part of a script designed for fans.
However, the difference is in the details. The spontaneous gestures, those glances that need no explanation, and the natural way they behave together are things that can't be easily faked. When they're around each other, it doesn't seem like they're trying to impress anyone, rather, it's perceived as something personal, almost intimate, that unfolds even when there are cameras or thousands of people around. An often mentioned example relates to the colors red and blue.
On several occasions, Taehyung and Jungkook have used them together, whether in costumes or accessories. At first glance, this could be a coincidence, but in the context of what they represent, it takes on another meaning. During a visit to a fortune teller, they heard that one of them symbolized fire and the other water. This comparison is not insignificant. Red is associated with fire and passion, while blue with water and calm. They are opposing elements, yes, but when combined, they achieve balance. This duality also describes how they function as a couple, different in personality, but complementary when together. When you look closely at their shared history, you notice that nothing seems improvised with Taehyung. Every interaction has a special meaning, not because it's planned, but because it reflects what exists between them. It's this way of communicating without needing to say anything out loud that reinforces the idea of a deep connection. While some think it's fan service, others clearly believe their connection transcends the screen. What's most interesting is the way they understand each other without words. It doesn't matter if they're on stage, in an interview, or in an everyday moment, a quick glance is enough to let the other know what they're feeling or thinking. This silent communication speaks of trust, shared time, and a bond that has strengthened over the years. Often, that simple exchange of glances ends up being more revealing than any conversation. Another key aspect is how they support each other professionally and personally. When one is going through a difficult time, the other is there, even if it's with a small gesture, like a word of encouragement or a look that conveys reassurance. And when they celebrate achievements, they do so together, genuinely sharing the joy. This way of always being available for each other is what fuels the perception that their relationship goes beyond the superficial. In Taekook's story, each chapter seems to reinforce the idea that they are united by something that requires no labels. Their relationship doesn't need an official announcement or grand declarations to be evident. It's the daily gestures, the coincidences, the shared silences, and the way they complement each other that speak for themselves. For many, this is the clearest proof that their relationship is real, a bond that doesn't seek to convince, but rather reveals itself as it truly is.